Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on the New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on to your seats because what I'm about to tell you is straight out of the NFL rumor mill, but it's also got some serious substance behind it. The buzz is growing louder around a potential blockbuster trade involving none other than Chris Jones, the Kansas City Chiefs, star defensive tackle, and the New York Giants. And trust me, this isn't just some idle chatter. There are whispers, strong whispers, that the Giants might be eyeing a move that could shake up their entire defensive line and ultimately their playoff prospects. Chris Jones, as most of you know, is a game changer. Over the past few years, he's established himself as one of the most dominant interior defenders in the league. His ability to penetrate the line, disrupt the backfield, and generate pressure on the quarterback is second to none. In 2025, he's been putting up some eye-popping stats. 11 sacks, 28 QB hits, 9 tackles for loss, a PFF grade of 90. 4, which puts him among the top 3 defensive tackles in the league. His pressure rate is around 18%, and he's consistently winning run stops with a 40% success rate. These are elite numbers, folks. Despite a setback with a hamstring injury in Week 9 that sidelined him for 3 games, Jones has been a force when healthy. He's also forced 4 fumbles this season, showing his knack for creating turnovers. Now, imagine adding that kind of disruptive force to the Giants' defensive front, which has struggled at times this year. The Giants, sitting at 2-12, have a defense that's desperate for impact players, especially along the line where they need someone to consistently collapse the pocket and stop the run. Their run defense has been a glaring weakness, allowing nearly 4.8 yards per carry, and with the need to bolster their interior line, a player like Jones could be that difference maker. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Chiefs, who are sitting at 11-3, but are facing some internal issues on the defensive line. Specifically, their interior defensive line is giving up around 160 yards rushing per game in 2025, are reportedly considering trading Jones. The Chiefs are known to be cautious about their cap space, and while Jones's contract, which hits around $28 million this year, is a hefty number, they're apparently willing to listen to offers that can help them free up cap and focus on their secondary, which has been a priority for them. Kansas City has always been a team that prefers balance and cap flexibility, especially with a Super Bowl window still wide open. What's being discussed is a trade that could see the Giants send 2 second-round picks to Kansas City in exchange for Chris Jones. From the Giants' perspective, this makes a ton of sense. It's a gamble, sure, but a calculated one. They'd be getting a proven difference maker at a position that's crucial for their playoff push, especially as they try to tighten up a defense that's been leaky against the run and inconsistent against the pass. Plus, this move would free up around $22 million in cap space, money that could be redirected toward reloading the roster after the inevitable departure of veteran players like Saquon Barkley or others in the offseason. And let's not forget about the potential impact on the Giants' defense. Adding Jones would give them an interior presence that could dramatically improve their ability to stuff the run and get after the quarterback. His presence alone would elevate the entire line, allowing players like Kayvon Thibodeaux to operate more freely on the outside. When Jones is at his best, he's a nightmare for offensive linemen, strong, quick, relentless, and he's got that rare ability to collapse the pocket from the inside while also setting the edge against the run. His versatility is what makes him such a coveted player in this kind of trade scenario. If we look at the numbers and compare Jones to some of the best interior defenders in recent years, the impact becomes even clearer. For example, his production in 2025 is comparable to what Aaron Donald brought to the Rams before his move to a more disruptive, multifaceted role. Jones can add over plus 15 sacks in a season if he's paired with the right scheme and teammates. His ability to generate pressure, averaging around 1.7 pressures per 100 snaps, can lead to more turnovers, more sacks, and overall, a drastically improved defense. His presence on the field can be a game changer, something the Giants need desperately if they want to compete in the playoffs. But of course, the Chiefs are cautious. They're not just going to give away Jones for peanuts. They're weighing their options, trying to balance cap considerations with their desire to stay competitive. Their current Super Bowl odds are around plus 250, but if they decide to keep Jones, those odds could improve significantly. However, if they're looking to rebuild or retool for the future, trading Jones might be the smart move. They're also focused on maintaining a balanced roster and aren't keen on overspending on a luxury player if it doesn't align with their overall strategic plan. Right now, they're prioritizing cap space for the secondary and other areas, which means that a trade for Jones could be on the table, especially if the Giants are willing to meet their asking price. For the Giants, this would be a bold move that signals their serious intent to contend again soon. With a defense that's been hit or miss, adding a player of Jones's caliber would immediately elevate their status from a bottom-tier unit to a top 15 defense, especially if combined with improved play from their linebackers and secondary. The projection is that Jones could help the Giants tack on around 15 more sacks this season, cut down on rushing yards allowed by roughly 20%, and boost their overall defensive efficiency. His addition could also have a psychological impact, sending a message that the Giants are serious about competing now and not just rebuilding for the future. And speaking of the bigger picture, this move could also influence their playoff chances. The Giants, despite their struggles, are still in the hunt for a wild card spot, and a defensive upgrade like this could be the X factor they need to turn a few close games in their favor. The odds of making the postseason could improve from plus 50, 0 to around plus 20, 0 with Jones in the lineup. That might not sound like much, but for a team desperate to break a long playoff drought, it's a massive boost. Plus, if Jones helps contain the Commanders' run game, who average 170 yards per game, then the Giants' chances of winning those key conference games skyrocket. All in all, this potential trade is reminiscent of the kind of bold moves that used to define the Giants' most successful eras. Think of the days when Dominic Suh or other interior monsters were making life miserable for offenses. It's a move that could cement the Giants as a true trench contender, both for this season and beyond. Adding Jones could be the missing piece that finally gets the Giants back to the top of the division and into the playoffs with real momentum. It's a bold gamble, sure, but one that could pay off in a big way. The key now is whether the Giants' front office is willing to pull the trigger and make this happen, especially with the draft picks and cap space they have available. This kind of move signals a new chapter, one where the Giants aren't just trying to survive, but aiming to dominate the trenches, control the line of scrimmage, and become a true force to be reckoned with in the NFC. And if it comes to fruition, it'll be one of the most talked about trades of the season, a true game changer not just for the Giants, but for the entire league. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So fans, what do you think? Is Chris Jones the missing piece for the Giants to finally turn things around? Could this move propel them into serious playoff contention? Or do you think the Chiefs are better off holding onto their star interior linemen? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and, of course, to the Giants themselves. This could be the start of something huge, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Keep your eyes peeled because I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis on everything happening with the New York Giants. Stay tuned, and let's keep this passionate Giants family going strong.